Hello everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, Jamahal Hill predicts Ankalaev to beat Alex Pereira. Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill is picking Ankalaev to beat Alex Pereira at UFC 313.
I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but I get hate anyway, y'all. I'm probably gonna go with Magomed. I just got a feeling that I feel he has more tools to win. Obviously, Alex has that one hit wonder. If he catches you, he can put you away. But I believe Magomed also has that. He has the speed, the patience to counter. He's been in this position before, and he let the title slip out of his hands once before. And I believe he'll be a lot more focused, locked in for this. And I believe he just has more ways. Ultimately, he just has more ways to win. So I'm gonna go with Magomed Ankalaev.
This is a huge fight for the light heavyweight division, and with Pereira's knockout power versus Ankalaev's well-rounded skill set and grappling, fans are split on who will take the win. What do you think? Does Ankalaev have more ways to win, or will Pereira's striking be the difference? Alex Pereira shows off his wrestling against Daniel Cormier. Just days before stepping into the octagon at UFC 313, Alex Pereira had an unexpected run-in with former champ Daniel Cormier, and let's just say it turned into a full-on wrestling moment. DC, known for his legendary wrestling skills, wasn't expecting much from Pereira in the grappling department. But when Cormier challenged him, Pereira didn't hesitate. It started off as a light-hearted exchange, but the moment they locked up, things got real. Could this mean Pereira has secretly been working on his wrestling behind the scenes? If he has, it could be a game-changer against Ankalaev this weekend. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like to support the channel. Ilia Topuria's manager calls out Team Makhachev for stalling super fight talks. Ilia Topuria isn't just looking to defend his featherweight title. He wants to move up and challenge Islam Makhachev for lightweight gold. And according to his manager, Malki Kawa, the only thing stopping this fight is Team Makhachev. Speaking on the ARIEL HELWANI show, Kawa didn't hold back, saying that Makhachev's camp has been slow playing negotiations.
Is it up to Islam at this point? Like, meaning, does the UFC agree with him fighting for the belt in his first fight at 155 now?
I mean, look, let me ask you this question. You've known me now for 20, I've been in this for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Do you really think that we make moves without like trying to like, you know me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like be ahead of it when it's time to do something, and you know, we don't just jump from here to there without like having the conversations and certain things. So, no one told us that we couldn't fight for the title. Mm-hmm. And to this day, no one has said that you're not fighting for the title. So, you know, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there out of respect to everybody else on the other side and what they're trying to do or not do. You know what I mean? But nothing has been said. No one's told me, no, this is not happening. Let me just put it to you like that.
Got it. Yeah,
okay?
well, I said there's...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's no chance Ilia Topuria is vacating his belt without a title fight in his next fight.
Well, I don't know if it even makes sense for them as a promotion to allow him to fight anybody else when he's a champion. And if we're being honest, this is probably the biggest fight you can make right now outside of Bones versus Aspinall. So I don't know if there's another fight out there that's bigger than this fight, unless there's something that I'm not aware of. Ariel, you'd know better than me. You know what I'm saying? But this is the biggest fight you can make. And then, I think here's what the fear is for a lot of people, is that what if he does beat Islam, right? Then you're talking about this is the biggest star in the sport at that point in a long time. You know what I mean? In a long time. And I don't mean like any of these other guys aren't stars, but I'm talking about this guy then will start to reach that stratosphere that Conor got to, especially if he wins by KO. Because this guy's got that Mike Tyson-esque thing to him, and if he continues to fight this way, I just don't know how we're not looking at, you know what I mean, the same type of thing as Conor McGregor.
He made it crystal clear that Topuria is not vacating his featherweight belt unless he gets an immediate title shot at 155. That's a bold statement, but could Topuria really become the next McGregor? If this fight happens, the MMA world will find out soon enough. Aljamain Sterling finds himself in a tough situation.
The only fights that make sense for me right now, Arnold Allen is like the only available highest ranked guy that I could fight.
What if they like try to get you to fight like number 13 or something?
I have to make a decision. I lost a razor close fight, man. It's so crazy to me. I feel like any other day, like a different fight card, I probably win, which is the crazy part. Somehow Cyril Gane beat Alex Volkov. Randy Brown lost to Brian Battle, and I lost to Mosar. I am almost convinced if it was another day, I win that fight. So it is what it is. It's happened. I lost. Moving on to the next. So We'll see what's next. Damn, what has my life become? I'm in a weird spot. It's like I train with Danny Gay. I train with Bryce more frequently now. Giga Chikadze is really good friends with Marab. I'm cool with Giga too. I mean, those are like 3 guys right there on the list that's like all on the top of the division, which just makes things even more complicated. Yeah, so I'm in a weird spot. At 35, I didn't have this problem. I didn't have this.
I mean,
issue.
you had the Marab.
Yeah, but before any of that even happened, we were so far apart because I had so many more fights.
Whitaker and Covington predict Alex Pereira will KO Ankalaev. Robert Whitaker and Colby Covington both believe Alex Pereira is about to make a statement at UFC 313. The two fighters discussed their picks, and despite Ankalaev's wrestling credentials, they're both rolling with Pereira.
And then the main event, we got Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Who you got, champ?
Mate, it's so hard. It's so hard to pick. Because either Pereira knocks him out or he gets held down for 5 rounds and loses. So I'm gonna go Pereira, just because I don't know. I think every fight, every round starts on their feet, and Pereira hits so hard, and I'm sure he's done stuff to try and counter some form of wrestling. Like straight line kicks or something, right?
Yeah. And he was talking earlier on the Ultimate Fighter said about his calf kicks. He has very good calf kicks.
Oh, mate.
He doesn't show them, he just snaps them and they're there. So I'm gonna go Alex Pereira too.
Will Pereira prove them right with another highlight reel KO? Justin Gaethje calls Michael Chandler a cheater. Michael Chandler is once again under fire for his fighting style, and this time, it's Justin Gaethje leading the charge. Chandler has already faced criticism from Dustin Poirier, who accused him of bending the rules in their fight. But Gaethje took it a step further, saying Chandler deliberately breaks the rules, especially with illegal strikes.
I poked in the eye versus Max twice. I'll never tell you that I lost that fight because of that. I just think that's not the mindset that you can have. I think if we were skilled enough to poke someone in the eye, we'd be skilled enough to punch him in the chin. You know, it's just a crazy circumstance that happens. We fight in open finger gloves. Like, there's no preventing eye pokes in here at the end of the day. You know, I think it's blatant fouls. You know, like him a lot of Michael Chandler shit, pretty much everything he does, immediate point taken away. You know, smoking people in the back of the head. There's things that you can do on purpose, and then there's eye pokes. You know, like I said, it's almost impossible to purposely poke someone in the eye. That's a very small target, and we're trying to hit each other in the head.
Chandler hasn't responded yet, but it's clear that his reputation inside the cage is taking some serious hits. Do you also think Michael Chandler is a cheater? Magomed Ankalaev responds to Alex Pereira's Ramadan accusations. Things just got personal between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. When the UFC booked their fight for UFC 313, some fans raised eyebrows because it falls during Ramadan, a holy month where Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset. Pereira recently claimed that he saw Ankalaev eating during fight week, implying that he wasn't following the fast as strictly as he claimed. Ankalaev fired back during UFC 313's media day, saying Pereira is too focused on the wrong things.
Went on record saying that he saw in the hotel that there was food delivered for you to eat, which means that you do not fast, as you said, that you're not going according to what Ramadan's supposed to be. So what can you say about that?
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously really worried about me and what I'm doing, and he seems to be nervous, so he's following all these things. And I mean, what can I say? I'll tell you again, I had to break the fast a couple times because there's something that I need to do in order to make the weight and in order to be prepared. So you know, he seems to be way too concerned with that. I mean, even if he goes to a fridge right now and he opens the food, and he'll see that there's food with my name on it, the UFC food that was given to me.
He admitted that he had to break his fast a few times to prepare for the fight and make weight, but dismissed Pereira's concerns as irrelevant. Alex Pereira calls for a boxing super fight against Usyk, but Dana White shuts it down. Just as things were heating up in UFC 313 fight week, Dana White dropped a bombshell. He's launching a boxing league. This news came just weeks after heavyweight boxing champion Alexander Usyk called out Pereira for a crossover fight. At the UFC 313 media day, Pereira was hyped. He even proposed a date and location.
It's announced Dana White is getting into the boxing business. Does a fight with Alexander Usyk become more real?
Dana White anunciou hoje que tá abrindo boxe aí, né? A luta com o Alexander Usyk para você é uma coisa que tá se tornando cada vez mais real, uma coisa que você quer?
Não, com certeza. Quando eu vi o anúncio ali, eu já pulei de alegria. Quem sabe aí em setembro, Saudi Arábia.
Absolutely, man. I was hyped. I was happy when I heard the news. Who knows? September, Saudi Arabia.
Alex, I hate it, brother. Chama.
But hold on. Before Pereira could start planning, Dana White shot the whole thing down on the Pat McAfee show.
Dana, do you foresee any of your UFC guys wanting to get in the boxing ring now with this relationship? And in the future, will you guys have any events where there will be an octagon next to a boxing ring and we could see this all come together?
Ooh. No, never. I'm sure there are guys that want to box, but I literally don't want to see any of that. We'll keep the boxers in the boxing and the MMA guys in the MMA.
So, if you were hoping for Pereira versus Usyk in a ring, don't count on it happening anytime soon. Dana White confirms Pereira could fight winner of Jones versus Aspinall. Dana White confirmed on the Jim Rome show that the plan is to book John Jones versus Tom Aspinall this summer, and the winner could face Pereira next. When asked if Pereira would move to heavyweight, White said,
John Jones, is he going to fight this summer? Is that the plan?
Yeah, the plan is to fight John this summer. Obviously, when, where, and all that stuff is being determined. And yeah, it's my goal this year is to make that fight.
Your goal is to make which fight, though? Tom Aspinall or somebody else?
Aspinall. The Pereira fight is this weekend. This guy wants to move up to heavyweight and fight at heavyweight too.
If Alex wins, could he move up and fight Jones?
He wants to. Well, I'll have to. Let's see how this fight plays out. The fight that everybody wants to see right now is Jones and Aspinall. And then there's no doubt that Pereira could fight the winner.
First, Pereira has to get through Ankalaev at UFC 313. But if he does, we could see him chasing 3-division gold. That's it for today's MMA news. What do you think of Dana White's new boxing promotion? Will it finally fix boxing? And who wins at UFC 313 this weekend? Pereira or Ankalaev? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. Now be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And if you missed yesterday's updates, click the video on screen right now to catch up.